What is yoga? There are certifications, paths, schools, Bikram Yoga, Iyengar Yoga, Isha Yoga, Upa Yoga, Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, different paths of doing yoga. What is this yoga? Well, if you will ask a majority of these gurus, they will tell you yoga means union. Union of what? But Patanjali has a different way of defining what yoga is. He is saying in just these 4 words, let's not focus upon cosmic union and divine union. Let's keep aside this word union for a while. Patanjali is saying yoga is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. The question comes, what is Chitta? In English language, there is actually no translation of the word Chitta. Some people call it consciousness, some people call it mind. What is mind? What do we know about human mind or just mind? Modern psychology says there are 3 states: conscious mind, unconscious mind, subconscious mind. Well, what is this mind? Or what tasks it performs for us? Mind, we know in simple words, it is helping us in making some decisions. It is helping us in separating one thing from the other. Other than this, what mind does? It just collects information from the external world. How does it collect information? Touch, taste, smell, sound, and sight. Every information which we are taking from this external world is just the combination of all these 5. There are people who might have one of these or many of these sensory organs damaged. So whatever information they are getting from the sensory organs which are working. All this information which we are getting from this external world, mind stores it in a memory. Is it storing each and every information which it is getting from the external world? Might be not. If a person will tell you his 10-digit phone number today, you might forget tomorrow. It might not remember your lunch. But if you went to a restaurant, had a very delicious food, and that food gave you all sorts of joys after tasting it, you might remember what you ate. You might remember it for your entire lifetime. So what is defining, or what is deciding how a particular information is getting stored and settled in your memory? That is a thing to understand. What else is mind doing? The very basic thing which we know about human mind is it produces a thought. From where is it producing a thought? It is producing this thought from this memory. For example, it will see an apple. The very first thing it will think that what that red color round shaped thing is, it is an apple. It might remember other things about apple. Or let's take a bigger example. If it is watching a movie of Leonardo DiCaprio, the mind might compare that movie with another movie which it has seen in the past. It might compare which movie Leonardo DiCaprio acted better in. This is the nature of the mind, that whatever information it is getting from the external world, it tries to connect with the already stored information in the memory. For example, you might have never heard German language. If you will see Hitler's speech or any other German movie, you might not get a word what is happening in it. Why? Because there is no German words stored in your memory. Can you think in German? Can a thought get produced in German language? No. Because the thought can only produce with the components or with the things which the memory is containing. Based on the thoughts, there are certain emotional responses. When there are emotions like lust, greed, anger, anxiety, fear, the speed of these thoughts are really fast. They are accelerating at such a speed that they will take you away with it. They are not in your control. But in case these thoughts are a little calmer, the thoughts of joy, the thoughts of pleasantness, they are a little slower in speed and they keep you in ease. Yeah, that's all what human mind is. If the thought is there, there is a mind. If there is no thought, the mind is completely vanished. The mind might be vanished when there is no thought, but the chitta is still there. It means mind, yeah, you may call it a part of chitta, but it is still separated from the chitta, because the mind may come and go, but the chitta is existing. It is inside you. Modern psychology says that thoughts generally travel in trails. One thought, and there is another thought which gets connected with that thought, and then there is another thought which gets connected with that thought, and suddenly a train forms, a chain of thoughts. Every thought is connected to each other. For example, you are talking on a call with someone, and you're talking for hours, 1 hour, 2 hours. You might notice that the topic using which the conversation started was something else, and now where it is ending after 2 hours, it's completely different. Why? The mind kept building different and different connections, and it was making you travel through all these connections. It started from one point, it left at completely different. This is why Patanjali uses a word called as vritti. Vritti means whirlpool. A whirlpool forms. But this is what Patanjali is saying. Chitta is just silent, without any movement. It is still. And then there, in the stillness, vrittis form, whirlpools form. More and more and more. Patanjali is asking you to nirodh, to completely cease, completely stop these whirlpools. Why they are calling it whirlpools? Because whirlpools are a little circular in nature and they are escalating in a direction. This is the nature of the human thought. Every thought is circular in nature. It is starting and ending, and then another thought is starting and again ending, and it is keep on going. Similarly, when there are thoughts of fear or anxiety or sadness or lust, the speed with which these whirlpools are revolving is very high, and you are just a tiny creature stuck in that whirlpool, and you are just flowing with it in these whirlpools. You don't have any control. Some people call these vrittis modifications. Modifications, yeah? We all know how quickly mind modifies its thought. Let me tell you a story. Nand Kishore Das, the same guy we talked about in the last video, he went to Canada. In Canada, he parked his car outside a restaurant. It was a good big restaurant. He went there to have his breakfast. When he came back, his car was completely trashed. Its lights were broken, all the glasses were broken. The shape of the car was horrible. He was angry about the situation. Who did this? I'm not going to leave that person. I'm going to first go to the police. Forget the police. I will trash that person right here. He took out a baseball bat from his already broken car. Oh, I'm going to kill that person today. Does he not realize how expensive this car is? He went to find that person. He asked the restaurant owner to show him some CCTV footages. He got to know there was a Sikh guy, a Sardarji, but he found him in a nearby cafe. As soon as he entered the cafe, he called, "Where is that Sardarji who broke my car? You, come out." That Sardarji was 6 feet 5 inch tall, really healthy and strong. So big biceps, big beard, twisted mustache. Oh, poor guy. He took that baseball bat, gave it to that Sardarji. "Sir, you didn't brake my car properly. The lights are still left. The back light is left. If you are braking it, please brake it properly. I'm very thankful that you broke my car. At least I'll be able to get the insurance money." This is the nature of this human mind. The stance, it changes. The way it changes the thought, what it is thinking. You may call it that Nand Kishore Das was adaptive to the situation. That is a different matter. But what we need to understand is the speed with which the mind modifies itself. The speed so quick that 99% of humans in this world are not alert when the mind is modifying itself. 99% of humans on this planet, I can guarantee you this, are not aware of these vrittis, these modifications in the human mind. And this is what Patanjali is telling you to do. Just suppress all these modifications, suppress all these fluctuations, and suppress all these whirlpools. What will happen then? In the third slok he says, Tad drashtu sarupe vasthanam. Tad means then. Drashtu, the seer or you will see. Drashtu. Swarupe. Swarup means your own nature. Your actual, real nature. Swarup. Avasthanam. It means you will settle, you will rest, you will abide in it. This is what yoga is. The moment you learn to suppress these modifications, these fluctuations of the human mind, or in the or of this, let's use the word consciousness. Take an example of a pond. Or let's not go to a pond. Take an example of a bowl of water. The water is still. When the water is still, you can see the bottom of the bowl. If I move this water with a stick or with my own finger, revolve it or just disturb it, there will be fluctuations, ripples, waves in the water. And then you will not be able to see the bottom of the water clearly, isn't it? When the water is still, that means when we have completely ceased or completely stopped these fluctuations, the water becomes still, the mind becomes still, and then you will be able to see the bottom of the bowl. Then you will just settle or abide in your real nature. Based on this definition, does yoga have any religion? How is knowing your own nature and just suppressing or silencing your mind a thing of a religion? No, it is not religious at all. If you know your digestive system, your respiratory system, your cardiac vascular system, it's biology. You know here a little thing about your mind, your behavior, emotions. You call that psychology. Yoga is just that. Similar to these subjects, you're just trying to learn your internal system, your real internal nature. It is just like, if I have to give it a logy word, it is internal logy. Forget the yoga. Let's remove the word yoga from this. The Patanjali is only trying to tell you this thing. And even Buddha is trying to tell you these things repeatedly. He has spent his entire life just to teach you this one thing. At the moment you learn how to suppress or how to completely silence your mind, you will know and settle in your real nature. This is why this thing is called self-realization and not something self-achievement or attainment. No, you're not achieving anything. You're not attaining anything. You are just realizing, discovering what you already are. There is no new invention there. You are already that. By silencing your mind, you will just learn what you already are. Now, to suppress these fluctuations and suppress these vrittis, we need to understand how these vrittis are formed, how these modifications in the consciousness or in the mind are formed. This we will learn in the next lecture. Namaskaram.